Okay, we gotta open him up. We gotta open him up somehow. I don't know how we gonna do it, but oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Chad. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Master rank. We have done it. We have done it.
What's good, everybody? ASAP here, and today's video will be the master guide for my Shiranui. So if you could like, subscribe, and we ain't gonna waste no time. I'm gonna give you the master guide. This is how I got to master with Mai, so hopefully these tips and tricks will help you out. Alright, so the first thing we gotta keep in mind is I'm gonna go over her glaring weakness. Her glaring weakness is her range. You'll notice that some characters' buttons just hits way better than yours. You'll just notice, like when you're playing, some characters' buttons are just better. So you got to keep in mind when you're trying to reach for this, you got to be a little bit closer than others when you're trying to go for your buttons. Just keep that in mind. That's one of your glaring weaknesses. Our DP goes straight up, so sometimes it will just whiff completely and you'll just get punished. So keep that in mind. And then also range, sometimes DP whiff. Oh, and then our projectiles. How could I forget? Don't get me wrong, our projectiles are decent. But if you're going against like a Guile, you'll just lose out. So the only way to kind of like compete in the fireball war, you got to spend meter. But other than that, we lose a lot of fireball wars. Like we lose a lot of fireball wars, and you will notice that pretty heavy when you're going against like an Akuma or a Guile. That you got to spend a lot of meter. You got to spend some OD meter just to get past their sonic booms to get in, and then continue your pressure and don't let up. So keep that in mind. If you're going against a zoner, throw your two fans, get right here and stay right here. Do not let them get too far away, because then you'll be back at the range game and it kind of sucks. So zoners is your biggest weakness, but against people that don't zone, we're really comfortable. We're feeling really good. All right, and that's the biggest weakness. All right, let me go over your anti-airs. So anti-air, back heavy, forward heavy, and of course, level 1. I'm telling you, your level 1 is a great anti-air. Don't be afraid to burn your level 1, because you get wind stocks, well, fire stocks. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to level 1 to somebody jump on you. If you feel like you can't get the DP or you can't get the back heavy, just level 1. There's nothing wrong with it. All right. After you got your anti-air out the way, your drive rush, before medium, drive rush elbow, drive rush stack. That'll be your main 3 tools you'll see. And it will also go something like, that. Something like that. That'll be your main B&B routes when you're drive rushing. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Just keep it in mind. That'll be your main route. So just keep that in mind. Either we start off with the elbow or you start off with the medium crouching kick. That'll be your drive rush tool. You'll go straight into elbow or straight into back heavy. And you just keep going from there. All right, so what do you do? Some setups I use that help me a lot is after your auto 1, dash forward 1, and then press a button. Now the 2 buttons you're gonna press is dash forward 1, auto 2, dash forward 1, or back heavy. You gotta get the timer right so that way you're plus on it. So, but after your auto 1, just dash forward 1, button, dash forward 1, button. Just that simple. or you can dash forward and do a cross up. Also after this, same thing. If you get this off, try to do I don't think you can get a cross up after this. Yeah, you can't get a cross up. If they roll back, just dash forward, button. Same thing applies here. Auto 1, dash forward, button. Alright, so auto 2. Do not throw a fan. I know you want to really throw a fan after you do your auto 1, but you'll just waste a fire spot. Just simply dash forward. Do not throw a fan, because they can simply just jump over it. So as soon as you auto 1, do not throw it, because they can simply just jump over it. They got all day to throw it over. Your auto level 1 sends them back pretty far. So do not throw a fire fan frame 1 as soon as you get your fire. It's just a waste. They can just easily jump over it. Alright, your main pokes are medium kick. I don't use it a lot, but you can use it once and then don't use it again. That fire back special, I use this a lot to harass people at max distance. So at max distance, just harass like once and then do that once and then elbow. Your auto 2, that'll be your main poking tool, because you'll be fishing for counter hits with it, because it's really good once you get a counter hit. Once you get a counter hit, you just get full combo all the time. So you just go straight in the elbow, and see how easy that was? Easiest hit confirm. Your auto 2 is just your easiest hit confirm. So whenever you're fishing for counter hits, just go for auto 2. And then of course your final one is your auto 3. This is really a really good punish counter tool. So just, you can do something like that, or you can just simply drive rush and grab or something like that. All right, so what you want to do with Mai, after you get your poke set up, you know, your anti-air game, you got back heavy, forward special, and level 1. So keep that in mind. You got 3 anti-airs. But once you've been keeping them out the air, eventually you're gonna start shimmying. You want them to try to grab. You want to get in the habit of first conditioning them with grabs. I mean, get it in their brain that you're gonna grab a lot. Then once you start, like, stop grab, thinking you're gonna grab, that's when you start shimmying. Dash forward, and then you just get combos out there. It's just that simple. But to open up the shimmy, you gotta start grabbing. So I know it can be boring for some people, but please throw loop. You gotta establish that I'm gonna throw you to death. Make them think you're gonna throw them to death. Then when they'll be like, okay, you're not gonna throw me to death. Then you start getting combos. All right, so what main things you're gonna do is, after you throw a fan, drive rush, overhead, shimmy, or dash forward and low. That's the 3 things you're mainly gonna do. You're gonna dash forward low, drive rush overhead, or you're just gonna drive rush stop and then grab. That's the 3 main things you're mainly gonna do when you're trying to get to master with Mai. All right, and let's get over here. In the corner, you already know you got your throw loops. Now when you dash forward, you're +3. So what you can do when you're +3 is you can elbow, because that's 3 frames, and you're fishing for the counter hit. So you'll just simply do that. You're -3 then on that, but yeah. You just simply, after the throw, go forward, or you can jab. You can jab, you can elbow, or you can continue to throw. That's what I do. Also, if you drive impact, I know a lot of people like to do this combo. I just simply do the back heavy, because it's a little bit more damage. But it's up to you what you want to do. It is up to you what you want to do, but I just simply keep it simple. I'm going to go over a little bit of stuff. I think We already did auto 1, dash forward, elbow, dash forward, elbow. Try to delay it a little bit. You got a cross up. This cross up is pretty good if you want to use it. It's pretty good if you want to use it. But the cross up is, you can do 1, 2. It's 1, 2, cross up. If you want to do that. If you see your opponent's not good at crossing up, 1, 2, cross up. 1, 2, cross up. You can choose to do that. But just keep in mind, they might mash back. So, also, one big no-no that I see a lot of people do online, and I mean a lot of people do online. Please keep in mind that your fans can get very DI'd and it's very telegraphed. So please do not hop online just doing this. You'll get DI'd. A lot of people like to hop online and do this. So if you're in, just try to mix it up. Just do the light version. But please be careful doing that heavy version. Just please be careful doing the charge version. Just simply do that. Well, you can't jab into it, but yeah. So keep that in mind. People will, once they see you charging, that's like one of the easiest reactable DIs ever, in my opinion. So please be careful with the DIs. And with that being said, this is my master guide. This should hopefully get you to master. That being said, it's ASAP Dream signing off. Like, subscribe, and we out.